The Seattle Seahawks definitely made out of that Denver Broncos trade like bandits, as Wilson does not look to be very good, and they got a lot of extra draft capital with it. But last year, that draft capital that they got with the trade didn't actually end up doing a ton. So can they kind of right the wrong? And maybe those players, they're young, they can get better. But maybe they can do a better job with getting an immediate impact this year with those extra picks. So let's get into it. And they had a great draft, just not with the Broncos picks. But anyways, let's just get into it. Starting off the video strong by insulting the team that I'm talking about. Always a good thing to get the comments against me right away. 3-round mock draft, Seattle Seahawks edition. Let's get into it. Not going to make a trade to start it. And let's see what happens. Okay, this is a dream scenario in my opinion, because to me, the two players that I think the Seahawks are going to look for is Jalen Carter and Will Anderson. Tyree Wilson, Cardinals drafting at number 3, that could happen. And with picks 1, 2, and 4 being quarterbacks, it's not crazy to think they could have their pick of Will Anderson or Jalen Carter. And if this did happen, I think that they would definitely consider both. I think the guy that they would rather have is Jalen Carter. Now, again, off the field stuff, I don't know. I don't know what to take about. I don't know what happens there. I don't know how to have a take on that because I just don't know. I've never met the guy. I don't know who he is off the field. Obviously, that's a tough incident to have on your record. But for me, I would, I guess just think about it now. You could even consider Anthony Richardson. That wouldn't be a crazy thought to have. And I maybe you do that. Maybe you do consider Anthony Richardson because Jalen Carter, Will Anderson, Anthony Richardson. Is there a trade down option? Maybe this is the trade down. Okay, Falcons. Here's what we're doing. We're trading down to Falcons. We're not getting that. How about getting an extra pick 44 back? Will that work? Yes, trade accepted. All right, I like this a lot, because I think we're still going to get a really good player here. Just as I was expecting, not all of the players that we wanted were going to be off the board. It was a bit of a risk because there were 3 players we wanted and 3 spots available, but the Lions go with Christian Gonzalez. So now Jalen Carter still on the board at 8. I mean, this is a slam dunk. Get him. Well done. We're all doing high fives in the room. And another interesting pick where I feel like this keeps happening, where I keep picking Kalijah Kancey and Jalen Carter in these mock drafts because they keep both falling that far. But listen, if Kalijah Kancey's also there, I'm picking Kalijah Kancey. I'm getting them both. That feels like a no-brainer to me personally. Okay, so now we're in a situation where we got some of the this middle talent. We have 3 second rounders and 3 top 52 picks, along with a pick 83 coming up as well. Am I going to triple down now on interior defensive linemen? I like Mazi Smith as my next player. It's tempting. It really is, because again, they don't need a third interior defensive lineman. They just don't. I'm not trying to go this hard on one specific pick, but if the draft falls a certain way, I at least have to consider it. It has to be a consideration. I like DeJuan Jones a lot as a player as well, but they do have Cross and Lucas as their tackles. I don't know if they need another one. Could they maybe use him as guard? Sure. That's an option. Again, I believe Osiris Torrance is gone at this point. He's gone at pick 27. Would have loved to have him. Not in the cards. But the interior defensive lineman, I know this paid Draymond Jones, but I don't love that contract, to be honest. But they probably don't need another interior defensive lineman. So getting Mazi Smith here probably is not the move. It probably just isn't. But then what do you do? What is the move at this point? Do you go after one of these quarterbacks like Hendon Hooker? Maybe you wait. I think maybe I'll see if I can get him later on. That could be a good move. So again, got to make a decision at some point. I guess I'm just going to go Mazi Smith. I don't love it. I don't love it because we don't need it. But you know what? Better to get a good player you don't need than to get a player you need and isn't very good. So I'll go there. And then here at pick 44, let's just see if we can get DeJuan Jones to play guard. See if we can make that happen. And then for the next pick, let's see if we can. Hendon Hooker's gone. All right, maybe we should have drafted him earlier then. That didn't work out. Was interested in him because why not take a chance on him with a pick later on? But now he's off the board. So now what do we do? Do we look after maybe someone who can try to be a number 3 wide receiver? Again, do I love any of these players for a number 3 wide receiver? Not really. So I'm not going to get any of them either. So now I'm in a tough spot. I don't love a lot of these guys. Do I maybe go after Joe Tippmann? Trying to remember. He's an interesting guy where you see his analytics of you know last that first year doesn't count. He only like 11 snaps, but it was better in 2021 and 2022. But it's position of need. I think he could come in and actually be an NFL player right away. So yeah, let's do that. Let's draft him with pick 42, and then finally the last pick in this mock draft. Kind of those top two are the guys I'm thinking about: Tanner McNee and Nathaniel Dell. I'll go Nathaniel Dell, have him be the third option. There we go. That is my mock draft. And now what's my grade? I'm nervous. I hope I don't get like a B or something. Give me an A, at least A minus. That's what I'm going for. A minus every time. Got to get that A minus as it's taking a very long time to load, letting the suspense build. And I got an A. All right. Feel good about the A. Well, yeah, the top, PFF kind of agrees with me, it looks like, where even though I went so heavy on the interior defensive line, it's just like, it's worth it. It's worth getting that many good players, because who knows if they're all going to work out. They probably aren't. So getting Carter, Cansey, and Smith, giving them all a lot of snaps and seeing who works right away. And you know what? Cansey's more of a pass rush guy, and Smith is more of a run defense guy. So you could have Cansey play on third downs and Smith play on first and second downs, or really have them kind of take a hybrid on the second downs. Have Jalen Carter go out there when he wants to. And you have Draymond Jones. Okay, you play 3-4 now. You play 3-4. That's what you do. Maybe Mazi Smith is your nose. I don't know, but you figure it out. You have a lot of players, but that's not a bad thing. Okay, hey. Now, Draymond Jones doesn't have to play a ton of snaps. You don't play the same guys out there every snap. Maybe you have, each of these guys can play 600 snaps now and make it work. It's not a perfect scenario. I'm not going into this draft trying to make this happen. And again, maybe had I known that this would have happened, maybe with the Jalen Carter pick, I instead, don't do the trade and just have, Will Anderson there. Maybe that's would have worked better. But I didn't notice how the draft was going to go down. So the Joe Tippmann pick was their least favorite with a C+, but I don't necessarily disagree entirely. He's not my favorite prospect either, but I think he's a guy who can play right away and is filling a need with pick 52. I'm a little more willing to go after needs in round 2 than I would be in round 1. And Nathaniel Dell, again, for the value, good pick there. So, yeah, that's my Seahawks mock draft. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. What are your thoughts on this interior defensive lineman heavy mock draft? Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.